Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, I have already discussed about that things with you, how can use that event modifier, and also here we use it. So now in this video, I want to discuss about another more important one of the part, like the condition. Because every project we need some of the condition. When you log in, when you add some of the privilegization, every time we need the condition, right? So in Vue.js, how can use that condition, like how can use that if condition, how can use that if else condition. So now I want to show you that things with a live example. For doing this better, I want to create another file for our class 9. I just click on the new file, click on the save as, and I just name it as a class. Okay, I just name it as a class9.html. I just simply create that file. Now class 2, I just copy all the things from here. In your class 9, I just simply paste it. So right now we don't need this, I just remove that. Okay, that is our method, that is our element, and here I also don't need this, I just remove it. And I just put that name here as a VueJS if or elseif condition. Okay, I just simply define as a if and else if condition. So now if you click on the save all, so that is our file, that is our class 9. I just open it. So I just remove it. So that is our view else condition. So now first of all, I want to add the conditions. Like if you open here, like in particular that position, I take one of the para, that means P, and into this position I take one of the name as a easy learning. I just name it as easy learning. So in Laravel, what exactly we did? If you in Laravel, if you want to put some of the condition, then we define that condition with the @ if, and then @ else, and then I just simply define as a and if, right? So this type of condition we define in our Laravel. But if you want to put that condition into the Vue.js, then you have to define that things little bit different way. Like here I show you, like in particular that area, I want to put some of the condition. So here I have defined one of the detector as a V, and I just simply define one of the if condition as a V if. Okay, so that is actually the detective we have to use in if you want to use some of the condition into the Vue.js as a V and the if. And here if you put any one of the property, like I have already one of the property as a message. Okay, so now I just change that name. I just define that property name as a name. So if there I just want to put some of the condition. If in our V if condition, here I just define our property name. So if this property as a true, so like here in particular that position area, I just define that name. I just define as a true. Okay, it should be very much clear to you what exactly the things I want to do. So if when it should be as a true, then this text will be visible. Okay, so here I define this type of condition. I just define as a detective as a V if. I just put that condition when our V if our this property, when this property into this property area, I just define one of the property as a true. So when it should be true, then our this message will be visible. Like I show you, if you click on the save all, and now if you refresh it, now you can see our this text is visible. That means our condition is a true. But when this condition will be as a false, then it not should be visible, right? So now I just simply define that condition, and here in our property area, I just make the things as a false. So I just simply define as a false. So when it should be false, then automatically it not should be visible. So now let's check this out. I just click on the save all, and now here if you refresh it, now you can see it's now totally gone from here. So that's how our actually if condition is actually works. So that means our condition is perfectly working in our view area. And also if you want to declare another one, like I just copy it and here I just put it, and here I define one of the name property as a age. Okay, I just define that age, and I just define that age value will be as a 24. So now we have to create another property, right? Because here I define one of the property. So in particular that area I define comma, and I just define another one as a age, and into the age I just define that value as a true. Okay, I just simply define the true. That means it should be now visible as a 24. So now let's check this out. I just click on the save all, and now if you refresh it, now you can see it's now perfectly displayed that value as a 24. And if you want to make the things as a false, so here I just define that as a false. Click on the save all. So here it not should be visible because I have already defined that condition. Now you can see it's not totally gone. And here if you put that things 2 as a true, So I just simply define the true and the true for our this name to name properties. So it should be now visible two of these. Now click on the save all, and now here I just refresh it. Now you can see it's now perfectly displayed two of these text. I think you can well understand about it. And also here, if you want to manage that things with the method, then you can also do that work. I show you, like here in particular that position I define one of the button. Okay, I just define one of the button, and here I want to use one of the click event method. So I think you already know about it, how you can add that click event. So I just simply define the add the rate and the click. Okay, and now here I want to display our method. So I just want to create one of the method as a show name. Okay, I just simply define one of the method name as a show name. So, and also in particular that position here I define that name as a show name, and here I want to display our name. That means here our name property I want to display. So here I just simply display our name property. So I just simply added that name property. Okay, and also I want to take another one. I just copy it, and here I just simply paste it. So I want to define another on click event, and here I just name it as a show age. So I just name it as a show age. Sorry, I just name it as a show age method, and here I name it as a show age. And then I want to display our this property as a age property. So now we have to create two of this method, right? As a show name method and also the show age method. So first of all, I want to create our show name method. So in our method area, I want to define that show name method. So I just simply define that method name. Okay, so here that is our that method. Perfect. And now in our this method area, first of all, I want to do when you click in particular that area, that means in our show name. So into the show name here, you can see I defined that our there's property. So into the property there have some of the value, right? That means the true. So here I want to do when you click this method, I want to change it. So I want to change that method as a true to false or false to true. Okay, so this type of things I want to do. So if you want to access this property, data property into the method area, I have already discussed about that things with you. Then you have to define that with the this and our property name. So our property name as a this name, and here I just simply define as equal to when it should be not. So I just define as a not this as a name. Okay, that means our this name property, I just simply define that condition. So that is our one. I have to define another one, right? So that you have to define that another one with the comma, and then I want to take another one. Better I just copy it. Okay, I just copy it, and after this I just take another one. I have added another method as a show age. So I just simply define that show age in particular that area. With this I want to change that age property. I define that age property and not this age. Perfect. So now we can actually manage our this property value with this our on click. Like if you click on the save all, now go here, refresh it again. So now you can see it's now showing as a show name as a true and show name as a true. So for the reasons, you can see our show name is visible and our age is also visible. Because of all there's two value data, you can see that is a true and that is a true. So right now there is also our name property as a true, age property as a true. So now I want to put that condition into our method area. I define that name, and here not this name. Okay, so here that means it should be not true. So I want to change it. Like here I just define that show name. You can see it's now becoming as a false, and when it should be false, automatically I define that condition, because here I define that condition when it should be as a false. That means when they have no name, then it should be not visible, right? So for the reasons here, you can see it's not visible. And also I just define as a show age. You can see it's now our show age is also become false. So when it should be become false, then our this data is not visible. I hope you can well understand about it. Also you can change it. You can see it's now perfectly true and true. And also here, if you want to use that else condition, like here, that is our V if. So here I define that another one as a V else. So here I define two of this condition. When our V if, that means when it should be true, then it should be visible, else it should be not visible. Like if you click on the save all, and now here if you refresh it, like right now there is a 2 is the true, If we click on the refresh, now you can see it's now showing only that our first condition as easy learning. But here I define another one, that means a v elseif as a for the age. Like here, when it should be as a false, that means when our show name will be as a false. Now you can see it's now visible. Okay, so when it should be as a false, else I just define our another one, that means another property. So that is our property. When it should be true, then it should be visible. So that's how you can actually use your if condition and the v else if condition. I think, friend, it's very much clear to you. So when we will use it in our project, then it will be very much interactive. So that's how you can actually display your all that VueJS detector for the if and the else if. Perfect. In our next video, I want to discuss about another most important things as a loop. So if you want to use that loop into the VueJS, then how can do that work? In our next video, I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.